You gonna ask me about that dumbass 93 trillion number?
Yeah, we're gonna ask you about the dumbass 93 trillion.
It's like the worst. The radical $93 trillion Green New Deal, a massive job-killing socialist government takeover that would cost more than our nation has spent in its entire existence. Well, spoiler alert, that $93 trillion number is not real, but you know, details. Oh, so many fact checks here. Republicans are largely saying that the Green New Deal will cost too much, it will bankrupt the country, and the analysis that they go to most frequently is an estimate that the Green New Deal would cost $93 trillion. It's been widely debunked. It's what's called a back-of-the-envelope estimate, which means that they don't do the sort of controls that you would do in a more formal cost estimate. When you do something like a back-of-the-envelope estimate, you're just adding it up. All of the spending in the Green New Deal doesn't have to be public spending. We are not talking about building industries that are government owned and government operated. There is a ton of private capital that is waiting to be invested in industries and markets once there is a clear signal. And there are ways of pairing up public and private capital, green banks, public investment funds, etc., that will allow you to stretch public money further. So yes, it's spending, but it's also about spending that will generate a return. And so the thing that's really tough about the Green New Deal is yes, in so many ways it will be costly, but the benefits are significant. And you can't be talking about the cost without the benefits or the cost of inaction. The Rocky Mountain Institute, which is an incredibly smart, thoughtful place, they estimate that deep decarbonization would save $5 trillion over the long run and grow the American economy 2.5 times. Last year, NASA saw that we lost $91 billion from the American economy just from climate change. And the costs will just mount. They will just compound as disasters become more frequent and as we lose infrastructure that we had for a long time and we can't replace. If we sit on our butts another year, it gets more expensive. If we wait another 5 years, it gets much more expensive. Losing cities, right? Losing infrastructure, having constant emergencies. We're talking about spending that's going to pay off in the long run versus spending that is just spending to patch up disasters, spending that you will never see a rate of return on. So that's the choice that we're facing. Do we want to invest up front and use this moment to not just tackle climate change, but to make our economy more robust and better for people? Or do we just want to bleed money because of inaction and never get that money back? And so to a fiscal conservative, I would say, if you are actually fiscally conservative, as in interested deeply in the economy that we have in America and growing and sustaining that economy, then you have to be serious about tackling climate change, right? Not only because of savings, not only because it grows the economy, but also because it's going to be one of the main drivers of the global economy. We are talking about building industries that we know will be competitive, right? Building a hydrogen industry, building an industry for wind turbines, right? The resolution was always meant to put stakes in the ground to express what the goals of a Green New Deal are, what the projects in the Green New Deal would be, particularly as it relates to justice and equity. And then to use that to bring people on board to move this whole ship forward, which is very difficult without consensus around the goals. This is an opportunity to make the U.S. again a leader in making things that the world needs here at home.